C, so let me go through that now. For the circle defined by x squared plus y squared equals 69, number 7 equals 169. The slope of the tangent line, so m, slope of the tangent line is negative x over y. Use this information to find the equation of the tangent line. So equation of the tangent line is here. At the point, because remember you need a point here, you need the slope, which they gave us the equation for, and then you need a point. They're telling us the point 5 comma something. So let's find the y coordinate here. So I'm going to plug the 5 into here. Many people can already solve this on their own. So here's what we get. See if there are any questions up to here. So now the question is, do I want to use the positive 12 or the negative 12? Well, it tells me that the point is in the first quadrant. That means y has to be positive as well. So there's our point. Now we got to find the slope. Negative x is 5, y is 12. Now write the equation. Questions up to there? Unfortunately, this is not one of the answers. We need to simplify. So got to combine these two fractions, get a common denominator. And this answer is one of them. Any questions on number 7? Okay, number 8 was h. Number 8 is h. It says the function is continuous on the closed interval. It says f of negative 2 is 6. That's right here. It says f of 1 is k. Don't know what that is. There's 1k. And it says f of 4 is 3. So here's 4, there's 3 right there. And it says what value of k would get us to have 2 roots guaranteed? Well, if k was down here, then we would have to have 2 roots. If somehow k was down here, we'd have to have 2 roots. How can I make the point here? If k is some kind of negative, doesn't really matter how far down it is, so negative 1 is the only negative. Questions? Alright, so number 9 is A. Nine is A. This is just good old recursive sequence here. Here we are. They want us to get A5 and A6. In order to get A5, you need A4. In order to get A4, you need A3. So let's start by finding A3. These are subscripts. They go first. So you need to take care of those first, just like you would take care of an exponent first. Plug in what you know. There's our A3. A4 Now we got A4. Any questions at all so far? Okay, let's get A5 now. So we know that A5 has to be 0. Only one answer choice matches that. So it's answer A. Questions? We skipped number 10. Let me go to 11. 11 is A. 10 was skipped, right, Giselle? 11 is A. So here's what we know. We know that the tangent is 2/3. We know that theta is between pi and 3 pi over 2, which means theta must be in quadrant 3. It's bigger than 90, bigger than 180 and less than 270. It's a quadrant 3, which means cosine of theta. Remember, in quadrant 3, both sine and cosine are negative, which means answer choices B and E have to be wrong, because cosine has to be negative in quadrant 3. Draw the triangle. Again, please stop me with questions. SOHCAHTOA, opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. Need to find this side. We know how to do that. C equals root 13. We remember that cosine, so SOHCAHTOA, fancy 1. Slap the negative sign on at the end. Questions on 11? Okay. Number 12 is G, like George. Okay, number 12 is G. Cosine squared x plus sine of x plus 1 equals 0. We look at this, we have a problem. We have both cosine and sine. We need to only have one trig function. How do I take care of that? I remember my identities. Cosine squared x plus sine squared x equals 1. Minus sine squared on both sides, because then I've got cosine squared of x equals 1 minus sine squared of x. That can now replace the cosine squared. So we've got 1 minus sine squared x plus sine x plus 1 equals 0. Combine like terms. Negative sine squared x plus sine of x plus 2 equals 0. And stop me with questions, please. I don't like to deal with the trig function, so I'm going to do a little bit of u substitution. Remember this, of course, folks. Now, this is just a Mr. Kurth quadratic here. X box. Fill in the X box, then we draw the big box. So u times negative u is negative u squared, u times 2 is 2u. 1 times negative u is negative u, and 1 times 2 is 2. Alright. After factoring, we get u plus 1 times negative u plus 2 equals 0. Split this off. Negative u plus 2 equals 0. Negative 2 on both sides, so negative u equals negative 2. U equals 2. Here we've got u plus 1 equals 0. U equals negative 1. In both cases, remember, we want to replace the u with the actual trig function. Sine of x equals negative 1. X equals 3 pi over 2, bottom of the unit circle. U equals 2. Sine of x equals 2. X equals does not exist because sine is never bigger than 1. 30. We have 90 minutes. Other questions on this one? Okay. Number 13 we skipped. Number 14 is F. Sine of x over 1 plus cos x plus 1 plus cos x over sine of x. And they just want us to simplify this. So again, this is just the trick with to combine two fractions. Discussed several times. So it's bottom right times top left, sine squared. Bring the addition or subtraction down. Bottom left times top right. Divided by bottoms multiplied.